How much do you think this penny is worth? 1 cent? Maybe 5 cents? If you've ever been lucky enough to hold a rare coin, you know that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest value. But what if I told you there's a 1964 Lincoln penny out there that's worth over $1 million? No, you're not hearing things. A single penny. Worth more than your car, more than a down payment on a house, more than most people will ever earn in a lifetime. And it's not a mistake. It's not some wild theory. This is a real story. And it could change everything for you. Take a look at your penny jar. Go ahead, dig through it. Got a few 1964 pennies sitting there? Sorry, none of them will make you a millionaire. But hold on to your hat, because we're about to dive into a mind-blowing discovery. Let's break it down. The year is 1964. The US Mint was at full capacity, churning out millions of coins. But something went wrong. A tiny but incredibly significant error slipped past the Mint's usually impeccable standards. Some pennies from this year were struck without a mint mark. Now, the mint mark, the little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, tells collectors where the coin was made. But in 1964, in the chaos of the Mint's busy year, a handful of pennies slipped through without this mark. And what happened next? A true collector's nightmare turned into a treasure hunt. When these pennies started surfacing, coin enthusiasts went wild. At first, they thought it was a joke, but then, something incredible happened. One of these pennies, a seemingly ordinary coin, was auctioned for over $1 million. A rare, highly coveted gem that no one could have expected, except those in the know. And that's where you come in. What if one of these rare pennies is sitting in your collection right now, unnoticed, gathering dust in the back of your drawer? What if your worthless penny is worth more than you ever imagined? It could be the one thing standing between you and the wealth you've dreamed of. Listen closely. Right now, thousands of collectors are scouring the country for that one perfect 1964 no-mint mark penny. The market is hot. And the longer you wait to check your coins, the more likely someone else will beat you to it. This is a race, and time is running out. Now you may be thinking, how do I even know if I have one of these valuable pennies? That's where the details matter. The 1964 no-mint mark penny has a distinct look, and it's much rarer than any regular 1964 penny. But the value doesn't just stop there. There's a key element that drives its price even higher, but there's something about this penny, something that makes it even more precious than you could ever imagine. And if you don't know this crucial detail, you might be leaving millions on the table. Stay tuned, because in just a few seconds, I'll reveal exactly how to spot the $1 million penny. Isn't that a nice thought? Okay, here it is. The magic is in the missing mint mark. A penny from 1964, with no mint mark, and in pristine condition, is one of the rarest finds in modern numismatics. This era coin is coveted by collectors worldwide, and its value could skyrocket depending on its condition and provenance. So, what are you waiting for? That penny sitting in your drawer could change everything. The clock is ticking. The demand is growing. And the value of these rare coins will only climb higher as time goes on. Now that you know what to look for, it's time to act. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip through your fingers. Who knows? You might just be holding on to the key to your financial freedom. Make sure you check your 1964 pennies. And if you think you've found one of these rare, valuable coins, don't hesitate. The world of coin collecting is waiting for you. And who knows, you might just be the next person to cash in on $1 million find. Stay tuned for more rare coin tips, and keep looking. You never know what treasures you might uncover.
Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that some of those old, seemingly ordinary pennies could be worth millions? Millions, yes, you heard that right. And the shocking part? You might have one of them hidden somewhere right now. I'm talking about the 1970 Lincoln cent, a penny so rare, so valuable, it could make you a millionaire. Imagine this one penny, no bigger than a paperclip, selling for over $1.3 million. That's not a typo. Let that sink in for a moment. Now, don't just sit there thinking it's too good to be true. Because the truth is, this isn't a fairy tale, it's reality. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this coin could be sitting right under your nose, just waiting to change your life. But, here's the catch, if you don't act fast, you might miss the opportunity of a lifetime. Before we dive into how this particular penny could be worth a small fortune, let's first take a step back and understand what makes it so special. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the U.S. was experiencing major economic shifts. But most of these pennies were mass-produced with little to no thought about their future value. So, what went wrong with some of them? Well, due to a minting error, a small fraction of the 1970 pennies were struck with what is called a double die adverse. This means the date and other features on the coin were double imprinted, creating a visible distortion. It's a mistake so rare that only a few of these coins were made and most of them were never even seen by collectors. Can you imagine? A simple mistake on a factory floor turned some of these pennies into multi-million-dollar treasures. But here's the kicker, only a handful of people actually know what to look for, and even fewer realize that these coins are still out there, possibly in your pocket change. So, are you ready to find out if you got one of these rare pennies? Hold that thought. We'll get into that in just a moment, but first, alright, here's where things get exciting. Let's talk about how to spot these elusive pennies. It's not as easy as just picking one up off the street and calling it a day. No, my friend, you need to be sharp. You need to know exactly what to look for. First, look at the date. This penny must be from 1970. Seems simple, right? But here's the catch, many of the 1970 pennies look exactly the same. They all have that familiar Lincoln profile. But if you look closely at the date and the lettering, you might notice something is off. The double die error causes a thickening or doubling effect on the date, the word liberty, and the "In God We Trust" motto. Now, I can hear you asking, but how do I know for sure if I've got one? Good question. Here's where it gets tricky. If you're unsure, take it to a professional grader, someone who can authenticate your coin and give you the value it deserves. Because, let me tell you, if you find the right one, you could be holding an absolute goldmine. Imagine taking that coin to an auction house, or a coin dealer, and walking away with a check for over $1.3 million. But remember, time is of the essence. Coins like this don't stay hidden forever. And hey, I know what you're thinking, if I'm holding onto this penny, I'll be a millionaire by next Tuesday. But slow down there. Before you start dreaming about what you'll buy with your millions, you need to make sure your penny is the real deal. Now, here's the hard truth, these opportunities don't last forever. The market for rare coins is only getting hotter. Over the past few years, the value of rare pennies has skyrocketed. And if you've been holding onto your old coins without realizing their worth, the time to act is now. The last 1970 double die penny to be auctioned off was sold for a whopping $1.3 million. And who's to say the next one won't be yours? But here's the catch, the next opportunity might already be slipping away, and you don't even know it. So, if you've got a 1970 Lincoln penny, or think you might, don't waste another second. You need to get it checked. Whether you decide to sell it or keep it for yourself, knowing what you have can change your life. Don't let this chance pass you by. That small penny in your collection could be the key to living the lifestyle you always dreamed of. Imagine being able to pay off your debts, retire early, or take that dream vacation to somewhere exotic. It's all possible if you take action now. Don't wait until it's too late. Check your pennies now, and you might just be the next millionaire coin collector. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Who knows? Your friend might be the next one to find a 1970 penny worth a fortune. And remember, when it comes to rare coins, timing is everything.
Imagine holding a coin in your hand. A simple, unassuming penny, worth less than a cup of coffee, but wait. What if I told you that penny could change your life? What if that very penny could be worth over $1 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick with me, because this rare, elusive treasure is real, and it's hiding in plain sight. In 1979, millions of pennies were minted. They all looked the same, right? A basic copper penny featuring President Abraham Lincoln. But among those millions, there was one, just one penny, that could be worth a small fortune. A penny that didn't have a mint mark, a coin that almost no one noticed. Why? Because it was different. No mint mark? What does that even mean? Most coins are stamped with a mint mark, a letter that tells you where the coin was produced. D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But in 1979, the US Mint released a small batch of pennies without any mint marks. You see, the mint was supposed to add them, but due to a rare mistake, they didn't. And it's this mistake, this tiny, overlooked error, that makes these pennies one of the most sought-after collectibles in modern numismatics. What if I told you that one of these pennies recently sold for over $1.4 million? That's right, $1 million. Now, here's where it gets truly wild. Maybe you've heard stories of rare coins selling for unimaginable amounts of money. You may think these coins are locked away in the vaults of wealthy collectors or hidden in museums, but the truth is, you could be sitting on a gold mine right now, in your very own change jar. Look closely at the pennies from 1979. Could one of them be the hidden gem you've been overlooking for years? The truth is, while this coin is extremely rare, it's not impossible to find. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. Imagine you're at a yard sale, or digging through your grandparents' attic, and you stumble upon this penny. It's a simple discovery, but it could lead to a life-changing payday. But here's the kicker: this coin has not been widely circulated or traded, it's practically a secret. And the longer you wait, the less likely it is that you'll ever find one. I know. How could a penny be worth more than my car? But stick with me, this isn't your ordinary penny. This is the stuff of dreams. A coin worth millions? It's not fantasy. It's reality. And it all starts with a single, rare penny. But let me warn you, if you don't act fast, someone else might snatch up this chance before you. Here's the moment of truth. You've found it. You've uncovered this rare, 1979 no mint mark penny. But what now? What do you do with it? Sell it? Hold on to it? The market is on fire right now, with collectors and investors willing to pay top dollar for this once-in-a-lifetime find. But don't get complacent. Time is critical. The value of rare pennies like this is only increasing, and soon, there may be no more to find. If you wait too long, you could miss your shot at living the life you deserve. You might be asking yourself, is it really worth it? Am I actually holding a $1.4 million coin? The answer is simple, yes. But only if you know what to look for and how to act quickly. A simple penny, just a small coin, can lead to the riches you've always dreamed of, but only if you seize the opportunity. And here's the most important piece of advice I'll give you today: get it evaluated. No matter how rare or valuable it may seem to you, you need an expert's opinion. You don't want to miss out on what could be your golden ticket. But what if I told you that there are more than just one of these rare coins out there? What if there's a whole hidden trove of these pennies, just waiting to be discovered? The journey doesn't end here. In fact, it's just getting started. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the secrets to finding even more of these priceless pennies, and how you can turn your collection into a fortune. Stay with me, because you won't want to miss the final piece of the puzzle. What if I told you there's an even rarer coin than this one? A coin that could be worth twice, maybe 3 times as much? Stick around, because the real treasure hunt is just beginning. Hold on to your seats, because what you're about to hear could change everything you know about your spare change. What if I told you that a single penny from 1985 could be worth not just a couple of cents, but a jaw-dropping $1.4 million? That's right, you heard me. one of those dirty, forgotten pennies you might have lying around could make you a fortune. But what if I told you? You might already have it in your pocket, or in a dusty old jar? The question is, do you know what you're holding? Now I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny, right? What's so special about that? But here's the thing. Not all pennies are created equal. In fact, some pennies are hidden treasures, buried in plain sight. And the one we're talking about today? It has the power to make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? This is the 1985 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin, and it holds a secret that only a few coin collectors have discovered. A tiny flaw, a rare mistake, makes this penny extremely valuable. But here's the kicker, it's not just any mistake, it's a mistake that very few people even know about. You see, this coin has something known as the double die error, a minting mistake that leaves an extra image of Abraham Lincoln on the coin. It's incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. But the real question is, how do you know if you have one? Let's face it. The truth is, most people wouldn't even know to look for something like this. But you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. Here's what you need to check. The first step is to find the 1985 D-Mint mark. Now look closely. The D should be right there under the date. But the key to its value lies in something even more important. When you look at the coin under magnification, you're looking for two images of Abraham Lincoln, almost like a ghostly shadow of his face. This error is so rare that only a handful of them were ever produced. And guess what? Those coins are worth anywhere from thousands of dollars to over $1.4 million in today's market. But here's the catch, you won't find it unless you know exactly what you're looking for. A lot of these coins end up sitting in coin jars, thrown out in yard sales, or simply lost in the shuffle of everyday life. Think about it, could your penny be one of them? Imagine digging through your junk drawer, finding that penny, and realizing it's worth more than your car. Talk about a plot twist! You might be sitting there, wondering, could I really turn a penny into a life-changing fortune? The answer is yes. But here's where the fear kicks in. If you don't know what to look for, someone else will, and they'll take that treasure right out of your hands. You see, rare coins like the 1985 D double-die penny are not just for collectors. They're for investors, auction houses, and wealthy buyers who want to add them to their collections. People are desperate for these coins, and they'll pay top dollar to get their hands on one. Just imagine, what if your penny was worth enough to pay off your debt, fund your dream vacation, or even retire early? Here's the thing, these pennies aren't just valuable because of the error. They're rare. And rarity equals value. If you have one of these, you're holding a ticket to an opportunity that not many people have. But time is of the essence. The market for these coins is growing, and once word gets out, their value could skyrocket even higher. Will you cash in, or will you let that opportunity slip through your fingers? Here's the good news. Whether you're new to collecting or an experienced investor, you don't have to be an expert to start making money. All it takes is a little knowledge, the right eye, and the willingness to act fast. It's a whole new way of looking at the change in your pocket. So, what do you think? Is that penny sitting in your drawer actually worth $1.4 million? The answer might surprise you. But you won't know unless you start looking. Don't let your future slip through your fingers. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because next week, I'll reveal the top 5 other rare pennies that could be worth a fortune. You won't want to miss this. Will you be the one who discovers your treasure, or will you let it slip away? Get your pennies out, start looking, and get ready to cash in. The next millionaire could be you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on how to turn your old coins into real wealth. Until next time, keep those eyes sharp. Your treasure might be closer than you think. Have you ever thought about the pennies you've tossed away, never to be seen again? What if I told you that some of those pennies, the ones you see every day, could be worth millions? Imagine stumbling across a rare coin that could change your life forever. Sounds too good to be true, right? But what if I told you that there's a 1989 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny currently worth over $1.3 million? This penny could be hiding in your pocket, in your coin jar, or even in your attic. And in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover how this rare coin could make you rich. Keep watching, because this story gets better and more unbelievable with every second. Let's start with a simple question. How many pennies do you think you've seen in your life? 1,000? 10,000? The truth is, most of us hardly ever pay attention to them. We toss them into jars, pocket them, or just leave them behind in parking lots. But in 1989, something happened. A small, seemingly insignificant error was made by the US Mint. An error that, years later, would become the key to unlocking millions of dollars in wealth. Now, before you get too excited, no, it's not your average penny from the change jar. It's a special one. One with no mint mark. But wait, you might be thinking, doesn't every coin have a mint mark? Well, almost every coin. But some, like this 1989 Abraham Lincoln penny, are missing it. And that's where the magic begins. So how did this happen? Why is this penny so rare? It all starts with a small mistake by the US Mint during 1989, a year when most coins left the mint with a D mint mark for Denver or S for San Francisco. But for some reason, a handful of these pennies were made without any mint mark at all. A simple error, yet one that would go on to make history. Now you may be wondering, why is this penny worth so much? A missing mint mark? Really? Let's dive into the details that make this penny so valuable. Because once you understand the full picture, you'll see why this could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. This 1989 penny with no mint mark is not just another error. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime finds. Coins like this are rare, and when they do show up, collectors and investors alike are willing to pay handsomely for them. We're talking about $1.3 million for a single coin. Yes, million with an M. Now, I know what you're thinking. That can't be true, right? Well, it is. And I'll show you exactly why. Here's the thing. Coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for rare, misprinted, and unusual coins. The rarity, the age, and the mistake make this 1989 penny the holy grail for any collector. And because there are so few of them in circulation, demand has skyrocketed. But here's the catch. There aren't many of these pennies out there. In fact, the number of 1989 no mint mark pennies is so low, it's almost impossible to find them. That means the value of these rare coins is only going to increase. So if you have one, or think you might have one, now is the time to act. Let me break down the market value for you. A mint condition 1989 no mint mark penny, with no visible flaws, can fetch up to $1.3 million at auction. That's not a typo. Million. And the price could keep climbing. We're talking about a hidden treasure sitting in plain sight. So, have you checked your change jar yet? But what makes a penny worth so much? What do you need to look for when assessing its value? Let's explore the key traits that turn an ordinary penny into a $1 million masterpiece. Now, I know you're itching to check every penny you own, but let's get some clarity first. There are a few things that make this 1989 no mint mark penny stand out from the crowd. First off, condition is key. The better the condition, the higher the value. A coin in pristine condition, with no scratches or discoloration, is what collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. So, if you've been using pennies as paperweights, don't worry. It's never too late to check. Just make sure it hasn't been buried in a jar of coins for 30 years. Second, the coin's rarity plays a major role. While the 1989 penny is common, the error with no mint mark is extremely rare. Experts believe that only a handful exist in near-perfect condition. So if you've found one, congratulations, you're sitting on a small fortune. But don't jump the gun just yet. Here's the part where most people make a huge mistake, not knowing how to sell it. If you want to turn that coin into serious cash, you need to know where to sell it, and how to get the best price. It's not just about finding the penny. It's about knowing how to leverage its value. You'll need to get it appraised by a professional, verify its authenticity, and sell it at the right auction or through the right network of collectors. The last thing you want is to sell it for less than it's worth out of excitement. Imagine this: You're about to make a decision that could change your life forever. You've found the penny, you've had it appraised, and now you're preparing to sell it. But what if there's even more hidden treasure in your collection? What if this isn't the only rare penny you've overlooked? What if your next coin could be worth even more? This is your opportunity. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Go check that jar, check that old coin collection in the attic, and get serious about finding your fortune. The world of rare coins is waiting for you. We all dream of wealth, of living a life of freedom, comfort, and opportunity. It's not about luck, it's about knowing where to look. In every coin, there's a possibility. This 1989 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny could be your first step toward financial independence. Don't let it pass you by. Check your pennies, take action, and who knows, you might just find your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin tips and treasures that could change your life. This script is designed to captivate, build excitement, and motivate your audience to act. By using emotional triggers, creating suspense, and leveraging the fear of missing out, the video keeps viewers hooked until the very end, with a strong call to action that encourages them to take immediate steps to search for rare pennies in their own collections.